My MedLIS experience started with my manager approaching me to ask me if I would go to Cavan for 3 days training to help come back and train the staff in my department, and it really grew from there. So my manager, who was very supportive, released me for a lot of my hours each week to be able to follow through with MedLIS. So it started really with the training then. So I was able to start to organise training in the hospital, and just as I went round and chatted to people and talked to them about it and started to make them aware, I found people were very positive. So my experience has been a positive one. I've really enjoyed going round and interacting with staff on the ward, the doctors, the clinical nurse managers, staff nurses, and whoever would listen really, and just starting to be able to make them aware of what MedLIS was and how it was coming in on the 25th of April. So yes, it has been a challenging one at times, but enjoyable one at the same time. I think the reason there was a high percentage of training early on, well, the beauty of Monaghan Hospital being quite a small hospital, and the fact that I knew people well, I was able to do like walkthroughs on a regular basis, have a conversation with people on the wards, have a conversation with the managers who came on board really quickly and engaged with getting their staff trained. So every day I took another wee walk around, and some days even if someone was on and the manager was there, she would let them come up to me for training and she'd fill in for them on the ward, which was, you know, because sometimes people are on night duty or they're on weeks where they're off and that, so it can be hard to catch everybody. So it was really helpful at times that people could come up on that day. So I would go around every morning, let them know that I was here, how training was happening that day, the times, and then quite often a few would arrive up, which was really good. So I think probably the staff that I was speaking to know me, they've worked with me, and I suppose there was that kind of a feeling, well, if Tracey can do it, I can do it, and I felt that that kept it very positive, you know, and I could say, look, this isn't any more difficult than anything else we've had to take on in the past. The things probably that I enjoyed about it was seeing everybody work together, and it wasn't something I ever saw myself doing. It wasn't a role I ever would have put myself into. So I suppose one of the things I did enjoy was the fact that I had the opportunity to do it, thanks to my manager and the support of my manager. Like, she was always there on a day where maybe you felt a bit overwhelmed to talk to, and she's very level-headed, and so that was really good. Working with Roisin as well, so like Roisin was there from very early on as well to help me with training and in the lead up to go live, favourite fair and all that. So I wasn't completely on my own. So Roisin is a CNS here working in Monaghan in dermatology, and she came on board. She went and did 2 days training in Cavan and then came back, and she was involved then in helping me do the training, and we worked together very much from then on, which was a real help as well, because I wasn't completely on my own. We could bounce ideas of each other and support each other in that way. So yeah, probably that was enjoyable, working along with someone. She's a CNS, so she is a wee bit more experienced than what I would do in the whole. She like pretty much set up the dermatology clinic in Monaghan, so she had that wee bit of support behind her too, which was very helpful. Yeah, like I suppose one thing would be like my manager having the foresight to see the benefit of releasing me, because my department did sacrifice, and when I wasn't there, sometimes they worked maybe a bit short, or my manager would fill in clinics. But she saw the importance that MedLIS is coming, and it needs to be rolled out, and staff need trained, and it needs to be brought in. So she was very much behind me, and that's something I would like to acknowledge, you know, that my manager was so willing to see the big picture, and even the other management here as well, like they've all been very much, if there's anything you need, and that made the whole process so much easier. I think it's trying to see the long-term benefits. The more hospitals that come on board, the more benefit it is to the service users, and for the us as well using the system, because it will ultimately, like people can already see, we've one patient who attends Beaumont, and she was worrying when she heard there was a new system coming in, and we were able to say to her, but Beaumont has MedLIS, so we should be able to then work along with that. So that has made her journey so much easier, that they can order her bloods for her in Beaumont, she comes here and we can look it up and do them, because that is one of the struggles that patients have going to the Mater or going to Beaumont, is making sure that their blood results have moved on to where they need to be. So that's one of the long-term benefits that will be, and it's trying to see that. Probably my one top tip would be in relation to interdependency, you know, labelled super trainer or super user trainer, and clinical transformation lead. That was beautiful, because not only were you organising training, but we were delivering training. And as part of the training then, because we knew the departments, we were able to incorporate and address workflows and changes in workflows that were needed. So that was all incorporated into the training as part for each individual department. We could streamline it for that department. The other thing as well was, when we were delivering training, we were able to say, look, we're going to be here to help. You know, any problems, any issues, before go live, after go live, we're here, and they know we're here. So they knew we weren't going to be here and then disappear, and they would be left dealing with issues on their own. So that was that was one of the big benefits. So that would be probably my top tip. You know, it would have been very daunting to go live and be expected to help people if we weren't familiar with MedLIS ourselves. So as a result of delivering training for the past couple of months, we were so familiar with it. Like every day we came to training, we learned something new about MedLIS that we hadn't maybe seen before. So by the time Go Live came about, we were so familiar with it, and it made the whole process a lot easier then, and in the couple of weeks since that as well.